afternoon, racing fans. Welcome to another day of racing. As you all know, hurricane season is down on us. We're not sure if there'll be any racing, but in the event that racing will be on, here are my selections for Saturday's race card. First event, it's 11:35 a.m. We have a 10 race program. Please note the post time 11:35. It's 7.5 furlong. It's for 3 years and old, 3 year olds and up, non-winners of 2. We have a field of 9. I'm gonna go with 3 of them, and that is 2 Alchemy of Souls, 3 Khaleesi, 8 I Am Outstanding. Alchemy of Souls, very consistent horse, has been running some very good races and has been beaten the last couple of occasions. This horse will enjoy 7.5. This horse has won over 6 furlong already, won by 7.25 length, beating Secret Sensation already. So 7.5 should be right up Alchemy of Souls street. They have no call for Ryan Lewis to go out for a good run from Alchemy of Souls. 3 Khaleesi. This horse ran a very good race and last, was very unlucky, had some traffic problems there. However, blinkers is now on. Radish Roman replaces Shane Ellis. Khaleesi will run another brave race. The horse I think they would all have to beat is number 8 I Am Outstanding. Very consistent at this level. This horse has been beaten by much better horses. This is a much easier assignment for I Am Outstanding, and as such, I'm going to take horse number 8 I Am Outstanding to get the better of horse number 3 Khaleesi for 3rd Alchemy of Souls. Look for good run from horse number 1 Midnight Runner and number 4 Big LA. Race 2, it's a maiden condition race. 7.5 furlong, a field of 7. I'm going to boil it down to only 3. 2 Earmark Bliss, 6 Secret Sensation, and on the outside horse number 7 Attila. Earmark Bliss. This horse, I think, is coming off a little layoff. He's working very decent 4 in 51.4 alongside Wayne Princess. 5 in 105 on the 11th of the 10th, and on the 19th of the 10th, 6 furlong in 118.3. I think this type of work is good enough to beat these. The last time this horse ran was 7 by 7 length, beaten by Pretty Sassy and Slam Sharp. Sparkling Fire was in the race. Both Slam Sharp came back and win. Also Sparkling Fire. So I'm going to give Earmark Blitz a first rate chance now that they have called for the champion Radish Roman. 6 Secret Sensation. Could say somewhat of a disappointment. However, very fit right now. Philip Parchment calls on. Very strong rider. Tongue tie now on. Look for a much improved run from Secret Sensation. 7 Attila. This one continues to improve. Has a habit of walking out the box though. Last time out, this horse broke slow. Ended up 4th by 18 length, beaten by Slam Sharp and 1 Code. So I'm giving this one an outside look in the event that the favorite doesn't turn up. I'm going to take 2 Earmark Blitz to get the better of horse number 6 Secret Sensation. Then for 3rd, 7 Attila. Look for a good run from horse number 4 Kusmi. Race 3, so restricted allowance. 6 declared, 7 furlong. This is a race that I'd implore you to take more than 1 horses, because there are a lot of horses here with not so much ability. So of the 6 runner, I'm gonna go with 5 of them. 1 Town Star, 2 Bomb Knight, 4 Noble Monarch, 5 Noble Sovereign, 6 Chesney. Town Star ran an improved race on last, 5th by 10 length when beaten by Avajoy and Racola. Was prominent for the first 5. There is no Racola here, there is no Avajoy, so I expect Town Star to be on that lead. This is the kind of horse that can go in front and probably prove elusive. So this is my little outsider in this race. Watch out for Town Star. Paul Francis picks up the ride once again. 2 Bomb Knight is one of those horses who will be closing up as a late kick. The field is not that competitive. Watch out for Bomb Knight. 7 Furlong is the right trip for this horse. This one will be flying at them in deep stretch. Noble Monarch, this one has some amount of speed. I think we'll have Town Star to contend with on the lead, and that might pave the way. Or Noble Monarch can go right to the lead and hold it to the wire. GP is now on. Napier maintains the ride for the 6th consecutive occasion. Watch out for this Noble Monarch. Is coming to run. Noble Sovereign, stable companion, very strong horse. I would say ran a very disappointing race on last, 6 by 20 length. He's now back. So something must have gone wrong on that day, because Town Star was almost 10 lengths ahead of Noble Sovereign. So let's see what Noble Sovereign will do. Whatever the problem is, I expect the trainer to get that one sorted out. Look for a good run from Noble Sovereign. Chesney, I tipped this horse to win and last. Chesney still ended up 3rd by 3.5. Got a weight relief though. It's now down to 51 kilo. Richie Shakes probably proved strongest of them all. So I'm gonna give this one another chance of winning this race. For me, I'm gonna take number 1, Town Star, to create a mile upset, to get the better of horse number 2, Bomb Knight, for 3rd, Chesney, for 4th, Noble Sovereign, for 5th, Noble Monarch. This race can go either way, and as such, I implore you to take multiple choices. But I'm going to take a shot at Town Star. The 4th race is a maiden special weight for 2-year-olds. They're going 900 meters, 6 declared. I'm going to boil it down to 3 of them. 3, Maybell. 4, Blightwood. 5, Fidelity. Maybell. 2nd on last, when beaten by stable companion Midnight Traveler. Ran a very good race on that day. Maybell is back. Jerome Ennis once again in the irons. Look for another good run from Maybell. Blightwood, number 4. 4th by 4 length, was in that same race. I would say ran a disappointing race. However, visor is now on. So let's see if the equipment change will make a difference here. Radish Roman picks up the ride once again. Look for Blightwood to run a much improved race. 5, Fidelity. Last time out, 3rd by 2 length, was beaten by God's Plan. He's back now. Anthony Allen replaces Shane Ellis, 52 kilo. I'm going to take horse number 5, Fidelity, to get the better of horse number 3, Maybell, and for 3rd, Blightwood. Look for good run from horse number 6, Uncle Nanny, who has been looking up at exercise. Race 5, it's optional claiming for a field of 8. They're going 5 furlongs straight. I'm going to take 3 of them in this race. 2, the General. 3, Irish Wish. 5, Bugatti. General Chief, 4th by 6.5 on last when beaten by Talona. Was seen making late gain. He's back over the straight, drawn post position 2. Ian Spence picks up the ride once again for the 4th consecutive occasion. General Chief is very fit, is a sound horse, will be closing up, and is good enough to catch the front runners. 3, Irish Wish. Horse Came off a little break. And was beaten by Talona and last. He's now back. Run post position 3. The car picks up the ride once again. This is the horse I think they will all have to beat. 5 Bugatti. Ran a very disappointing race on last. 4th by 9.25 when beaten by Tigre Express and undisclosed location. Will enjoy galloping over the straight course. Philip Parchment now replaces Emilio McLean. Look out for Bugatti. This one could be the spoiler of the party. However, I'm going to take horse number 3, Irish Wish, to get the better of horse number 2, General Chief. Then for 3rd, Bugatti. Look for a good run from Curlin's Flight with Richie Shakes on board. Race 6 is a 3 years up, optional claiming, 350 down to 250, 14 declared. Very competitive race. I'm going to go with 5 of them. 5 Sudden Flight, 6 Air of Fire, 7 Phanometer, 8 Moneyman, and on the outside, Rum with me, horse number 14. Sudden Flight, 1 and last, mid all, 1 by 5.25 length, beating Absolute Blue and Xyphonic XY Soul, sorry. We have now change stable. Rowan Matty, the new conditioner. Tyrese Anderson picks up the ride now, 50.5 kilo. Sudden Flight has some issues, but is very speedy. And this horse can win again. Do not underestimate Sudden Flight. Has a lot of back class. 6 Air of Fire. This horse coming off a little layoff. Has a lot of speed also. Should be there or thereabout. Once this horse reported fit and sound, look out for Air of Fire to be fighting all the way. 7 Phanometer, 1 and last, 1 by 2 lengths, beating the likes of Big Guy in the Sky. This Big Guy in the Sky came back and win, so that argues well for Phanometer. Demar Williams picks up the ride once again, very speedy. Watch out for Phanometer, very dangerous horse. 8 Moneyman. This horse has back class, 4 by 4 length on last, and beat by a minute the walk. Once this horse supported fit and sound, Moneyman will be charging at them, and is an outsider horse you have to look out for. 14, Run With Me, is another horse with back class. Has some issues though, however, if this horse support fit and sound, Run With Me with Radish Roman, coming from post position 14, is a very dangerous horse, but one you have to take on trust. I'm going to take horse number 7, Phanometer, to get the better of horse number 5, Sudden Flight. Then for 3rd, 6 Air of Fire. For 4th, number 14, Run With Me. And for 5th, outside in the party, horse number 8, Money Man. We could look for a good run from horse number 3, Galloway Bay, and horse number 9, Traditional Boy. Moving on to race 7, it's a restricted stakes, 7 declared, 5.5 furlong, very competitive race. I'm going to go with 6 of them. 1, Strong Mind. 2, Bowmore. 3, Mighty Gully. 5, Rico. 6, Prince Roy. 7, Dan Kwesi. This race much competitive than what it looks on paper. Strong Mind. Second by a length and last, and beat my Unruly Mo. This horse is very fit, has a lot of pace, have speed. Watch out for Strong Mind. Has a nice little work on the 19th of the 10th, 3:35.3. Look out for Strong Mind. This one could go in front and hold it all the way. 2, Bowmore, another horse, 3rd by 1.25 and last, and beat my Unruly Mo. Is now back, getting fitter and fitter with each run. 52.5 kilo, compliments of Jaheim Anderson. Bowmore is a horse that I expect to win long ago. That doesn't happen, but I expect a better run from Bowmore, and that is good enough to beat these. 3, Mighty Gully is another horse that is very fit, very consistent. The Cardenas picks up the ride once again. Very dangerous horse, beaten by Miss Moneypenny on last. But Mighty Gully is coming to run. 5, Rico. Could say rather disappointing race on last, 5th by 4 length when beat my unruly Mo. Although hiking the scale, 56.5, this horse has a lot of ability. And whatever the problem is, I think the trainer should straighten that out. Look for a much improved run from Rico. 6, Prince Roy, 5th by 7 length on last and beat my H2O and Don Quezi. Prince Roy is one of those horses that can turn up at any time. Do not underestimate Prince Roy, 53 kilo. Anthony Allen is a very competent rider. 7, Don Quezi. This horse run a blind run last. Blinkers now on. I'm not sure why, because this horse ran so well without the blinker. However, trainer knows best. Don Quezi is improving rapidly, and this is the horse I think they will all have to beat. However, I'm going to take a chance and go with Bowmore, who I think should leave this group long time ago. So I'm going to take Bowmore. It's going to be a close race though. Horse number 2, Bowmore, to get the weight of horse number 7, Don Quezi. Then for 3rd, 5, Rico. For 4th, Mighty Gully. For 5th, Strong Mind. For 6th, Prince Roy. This race can go either way. Tread carefully. Race 8, it's a restricted overnight allowance. This is Division 1 for 3-year-olds. 9 declared. 6.5 furlong. I'm going to go with 3 of them. And that is 3, Main Mistress. 7, Come Home to Me. 8, Allegiance. Main Mistress. This horse has a lot of ability. Beaten by Supremacy on last. Is now back with Omar Walker. Maintains right for the 4th consecutive occasion. On the 14th of the 10th, 4-49 flat. And on the 19th of the 10th, 5-101. Main Mistress has a lot of speed, have pace, will be in front. This is the one I think they will all have to beat. 7, Come Home to Me. This horse is back to himself now. This filly ran some very good race at Nun 4. Step up to overnight allowance. 3rd by 5 length behind Bootylicious. That should argue as well for this horse. Figure 8 now on. Shaheem Gordon, man. Picks up the ride. Watch out. Come Home to Me. This one could give Main Mistress the most to do. 8, Allegiance. 6 by 7.5 on last and beat by Get a Pepsi. Is now back. Was in that same race with Supremacy and Main Mistress, and Allegiance slowing to stride on that day. So once Allegiance breaks with this field, this could be the outsider to spoil the party. I'm going to take 3, Main Mistress, to get the better of horse number 7, Come Home to Me. For 3rd, Allegiance. Look for good run from 4, Provident. 5, Huntsman. Moving on, race 9. It's Division 2. I have a field of 9. I'm going to go with 4 of them. That is 2, Uncaptured Empress. 3, Super Alex. 8, Final Load. 9, Zulu Warrior. Uncaptured Empress. This horse, I think, I hope it's not a habit this horse has developed. Took no part on last. However, I have some issues though. This horse have a habit of slowing to stride, but since this horse came over to Newnes stable, this horse is a total change up horse, and as such, I'm willing to give this one an outside shot. If you look at the work on the 20th of the 10th, 4-46, 4 by 101, and an Uncaptured Empress is improving, and you can't underestimate this horse. And as such, I'm giving this one an outside shot, 48.5 kilo with Taji Suku. 3, Super Alex. Ran some very good races. Was beaten by Get a Pepsi and last. Is now back. Should enjoy this kind of trip. Super Alex will run a very good race. 6, Final Load. Has a lot of speed. However, since coming to overnight allowance, hasn't done much. But this horse has speed, will be in front, and could cause some anxious moments. I'm willing to give this one an outside shot also. 9, Zulu Warrior. This is the horse I think they will all have to beat. 4th by 4.25 and last, and beaten by Perfect Brew and Linguist. Now, on the 12th of the 10th, this horse worked 6 furlong in 1, 14-4. And on the 22nd of the 10th, strode 6 in 1, 23-4. that is good enough to beat these, I'm going to take horse number 9, Zulu Warrior, to get the better of horse number 3, Super Alex, for third, Uncaptured Empress, and for fourth, Final Load. Look for a good run from horse number 4, Mr. Senator. Closing out, 10th and final, going over the straight, a field of 15 is the maximum for a competitive race, and as such, I'm going to boil it down to 5 of them. And that is 4 Galloping Developers, 9 Indestructible, 10 Alke Bulan, 12 Uncle Peck, 13 Dream to Reality. Galloping Developers, 5th by 4 lengths and last, and beaten by Playfair and a breath of fresh air. This horse had some traffic problem. It was bumped around. The visor is now on. Gavin Harris replaces O'Neil Scott. Got a weight relief there. 50 kilo compliments of Gavin Harris. Galloping Developers is one of those horses, has a lot of speed. Will be on the headline. Could hold it all the way through. Watch out for Galloping Developers to run a much improved race. 9 Indestructible. This horse is back to himself now. Last time out, 3rd by 4 length after broke slow. Beaten by Bushfire there. Radish Roman picks up the ride once again. Indestructible. On back class, can beat these. Watch out for horse number 9, Indestructible. 10 Alkebulan. This horse has been improving rapidly. Led for the first 4 and last and beaten by Playfair. This horse at one point opens up 4 lengths on them. So you know Alkebulan has a lot of speed. It's coming to run. Watch out. Do not underestimate this Alkebulan in this type of race. 12 Uncle Peck. This horse may not have enough speed. It's coming off a layoff, but this horse has a late kick, and with so much speed here, this horse could catch them. Mind you know that 2 furlong or so, but you may never know. The speed could come back, and Uncle Peck could collar them in deep stretch. So into stride and last and beat my Firecracker and come home to me. So watch out for Uncle Peck, giving this one an outside shot. 13 Dream to Reality, 1 and last, beating Gelroy. However, final time of a minute is very encouraging. This horse, look at the split, 23, 34, 46. Very good split there. And on the 20th of the 10th, this horse works 47.4 by 101, which tells me that Dream to Reality is improving. And as such, I'm giving this one an outside shot also. I'm going to take horse number 9, Indestructible, to get the better of horse number 4, Galloping Developers. Then for third, Alkebulan, long-time leader. For fourth, Uncle Peck. For fifth, Dream to Reality. Gentlemen, ladies, this race can go either way. So take more than one. And those are my 5 that I'm giving you. You could look for a good run from horse number 1, Happy Force, to run a good race. That's it for me, racing fans. Continue to like, share, subscribe to my channel. Best of luck. Hopefully see you at the races on Saturday. Weather.